So in this video, I'm going to run through my Hargreaves Lansdown spring investment report. So basically, um, every sort of season, if you will, Hargreaves Lansdown will release a investment report of all your different accounts and basically give you an update on the sort of overall position of your investments. So in this video, I'm going to be running through that, and you'll basically see the different markets that I'm exposed to. Of course, remember this is not advice, and your capital is at risk when you invest. So before I go any further, just give an overview of the accounts that I have on Hargreaves Lansdown. So I've got Stocks and Shares ISA, which has got most of my funds in, and then the secondary or the second largest account is my Lifetime ISA, and then finally is the SIP that I've got money in. So the spring investment report that I received covered all these three accounts and basically, described and detailed where all my money actually is and the countries that it sits in. So for me, the thing that I really like about the investment report is that it breaks down by country where your money is. So if you look at the pie chart here, you can see that the vast majority of my money is actually invested in US markets, despite the fact that I'm a UK investor, or perhaps it's not that unusual. But yeah, almost 70% of my money has gone into US markets. Second is the United Kingdom, about 12% there, and then India and Japan, two markets that I'm really looking to actually expand my exposure into over the coming ISA allowance year, if you will, and then less than 1% in Ireland, which I suspect is probably because most of the funds are domiciled in Ireland for tax purposes, but I don't really know if that's true. But yeah, this is the main sort of exposure. There's a wide variety of things I've invested in, from stocks, ETFs, index funds, that sort of thing. And then I do have a little bit of money in cash in each of the accounts, but of course this is actually where I've invested in by country. So now if we actually look at the top 10 holdings that I've got in HL, you can see that Apple stock is actually my top holding, which of course will largely explain why most of my money is in the US market. The second largest is my FTSE Global All Cap Index Fund from Vanguard, and then another Vanguard index fund, which is the FTSE 100. So that's where I've got some exposure to UK markets. And then I've got VUAG, which is a very common Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, and then the AXA Framlington American Growth Index Fund, which I actually hold in my SIP account, and then another S&P 500 index fund from UBS as well, and another S&P 500 ETF. I do have a few S&P 500 ones. This is just from my early experiments with choosing ETFs and investments, and then my Franklin FTSE India UCITS ETF, which I really like. And as I mentioned before, I'm gonna probably get more exposure to India and Japan this year with my investing. And then I've got a HL Global Equity Income Fund, and then finally another Vanguard Index Fund, which is for US equities. And these are all the top 10 holdings in my HL accounts that have been broken down in my spring investment report. Finally, to round off the video, just a disclaimer about this not being financial advice. This is not financial advice, and your capital is at risk when you invest, and you should always seek the advice of a financial advisor or financial professional when making investment decisions.